ended up staying in Chama 3 full 0 days, even though I only intended on one. I had a backpack that I was expecting to get delivered on Friday. It didn't arrive till Saturday. By the time I got it home and had a look at it, post office was closed. And glad I did have a look at it because they sent a large when I already had a large and ordered a medium because the medium has a smaller hip belt. So no matter what, I had to wait till Monday anyway to ship everything back out. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 full days wasted. But on the bright side, I got to eat 3 full solid days just non-stop. And yesterday there was a major thunderstorm out here. So that kind of worked out avoiding that. Wow, it's just sad to see so many dead trees. Those damn pine beetles. So the next 200 miles or so are basically the highest section of the entire CDT. It stays above 11,000 feet for almost the entirety of that, and in most cases above 11,500 feet. So for anyone planning a CDT through hike, the San Juans really is one of the most crucial areas when it comes to your planning. You know, leave too soon and you're going to have tons of snow early in the season. Leave too late and you're going to hit snow in Glacier National Park. So in many ways, the San Juans is kind of the crux of the entire trip. Well, I just climbed up to 12,170 feet, highest on trail yet. Those peaks over there are the South San Juans, and that's the beginning of the snow, really, what's left of it. This is a pretty low snow year, really low snow year actually, so I'm lucky in the sense I won't have to deal with as much snow as other people have in years past. From what I hear from hikers that went ahead in this section already, there is about a 20-mile section of some sketchy terrain just before Pagosa Springs. I stopped at this lake to eat lunch, but the mosquitoes were so bad, it kept my break really short. And this is why it's impossible to have dry feed at this time of the year here. Well, if you ever wonder where your drinking water comes from, this is it. Meltwater from this snowpack melts every spring, flows downhill into small streams, then into rivers. It's nice to see the source of our water before humans get a chance to interact with it, pollute it, and ruin it, really. This is my first campsite in Colorado, and my highest yet, 12,000 feet. Good morning, Colorado! Wow, just mountains as far as the eye can see. pretty awesome, but pretty intimidating knowing I gotta walk through an entire state, 750 miles of mountains.
Damn, look at this for a view.
Well, the scenery here in Colorado is certainly a step above New Mexico, but it comes at a cost. The miles are definitely a lot harder here, not only with the elevation and the elevation gain, but just all the extra obstacles, all the mud and standing water and snow and post-holing and streams running underneath the snow. Just a lot more things to worry about here than New Mexico.
My friends, is what we call postholing. So today it's just been tons of these flooded fields, just no way to avoid getting your feet wet.
Well, 1 minute, post-holing up to my knees in snow, cussing my ass off. Next minute, beautiful lake, easy walking. It's such a roller coaster ride. So I can't help but think what it would be like hiking through here in a high snow year. And my initial thought was, more snow, it's going to be harder, it's going to be more difficult. I guess it really depends on what type of snow. I mean, I've got no snow and it's a pain in the ass. If you have a lot of snow and it's warmer out, well, it's going to be melting and you're going to be post-holing through that too, so that's probably not going to be any better. But if you had a lot of snow and slightly colder temperatures where the snow's not melting so much, that might actually work to your advantage, because snow creates a nice, even, smooth surface to walk over, eliminating a lot of the obstacles you normally face on the trail, like boulders and, down logs and river crossings and things like that.
Now the trail is gonna continue around this slope, up around this shelf, all the way over to the peak in the center there, but below it, and then follow this ridge line. And then the trail is actually going up there. But quite a roundabout way to get where I'm going. There's a stream flowing under there, and I'm post-holing, so hopefully I can get to a spot where I don't fall into the damn river. Well, what do you think? Safe to cross here? Damn, you can just hear that under there.
It's getting late in the day. I'm going to start looking for camp when I drop down into this valley. Man, I'm tired, and I'm just frustrated, to be honest. I slipped and fell a couple of times in the mud. Been doing a lot of post-holing. The terrain's really fighting back.
Well, that looks safe.
There sure seems to be a lot of footsteps in that mud. But you know what? I think I'm going to walk around it instead of through it. I think if I didn't have this steep channel of footsteps to follow, I'd probably be putting on my micro spikes right now. Note to self, do not fall. So a few miles back, I bumped into DG and Sprinkler, two other hikers, and we're kind of playing a little bit of leapfrog, bouncing back and forth. But it's kind of been a while since I've hiked with anybody. I feel like I've been alone most of the trail.
And this is a low snow year. Well, I just worked my way around this mountainside here, all the way along the snow and up here. Here we are putting on the micro spikes. Getting ready to go around a really sketchy slope. Woo! Welcome to the San Juans! I was gonna say, it honestly wasn't as bad as I was expecting. It's just looking over that corner, you know, and not knowing what's over there.
Sorry for all the swearing, though.
No, that's what it's all about. Because if you're not swearing, it shit ain't real. Let's get a little video of this slope we just came across here. This shit is no joke. No problem. Said no problem. No. That Van Damme movie, Double Impact. Have you seen it? Oh, well, in the beginning, he teaches all these women, I don't know, like calisthenics and yoga and stuff. And he goes, because of my big legs and my karate, I can do the splits, no problem. Right. Now I can resume my regular 1 mile an hour pace. But we just came across this steep slope here. By far the most sketchy slope we've had to traverse yet.
One thing that hiking has taught me over the years is that your best stories and fondest memories generally come from overcoming some sort of adversity or difficult situation. And there's a lot of things that weren't so fun in the moment, but when you look back on it, for some reason you kind of downplay how bad everything sucked at the time and just remember all the great views and everything that you experienced. And I think as hikers, we kind of condition ourselves and our minds into being able to deal with and cope with uncomfortable and difficult situations. And I think that's very beneficial to those that are able to apply those lessons to everyday life.
There's 3 elk right there.
Believe it or not, with the right technique, I found that jogging can actually help minimize the knee pain you feel when going downhill. So Pagosa will be my 9th town stop now, and at this point I've got a pretty good town strategy down. And for me, I like taking a zero in pretty much every town. I know a lot of people will camp, 2 miles before town, something like that, get into town, do what they got to do, walk out the same day. If you're on a tight budget or just looking to complete the hike as soon as possible, and I actually have met a lot of people out here saying that, mostly Triple Crowners I think, then that's probably the way to go. But I enjoy the town stops, and I've got a zero plan for almost every town on the trail.
Seems like 80% of the forest is just dead because of the pine beetle. And then it causes all these blowdowns.
So in New Mexico, All the town stops are right along the CDT, so you don't need to hitch anywhere. In Colorado, it's pretty much the opposite. So this is kind of a new phase of the hike, I suppose. And my hitch into Chama was an interesting one. The guy that picked me up works 54 days a year. He does taxes and spends the rest of the year driving around the country, going to, national parks and wilderness areas and stuff, hanging out with his dogs and gambling in Vegas. Pretty interesting character. And he gives me his business card, and it says, "Will kill or be killed for the customer." The guy does taxes. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Well, that's Wolf Creek Pass down there, maybe about 1.5 miles away. And just in time, too, I am completely out of water. There was no water the last 15 miles. Well, this was easily the most physically demanding section of trail so far. Out of all the states, I expected Colorado to be the hardest. And so far, it seems that way. Well, there it is, Wolf Creek Pass. Whew, it's been a long 4 days.
This is DG, by the way.
Hi.
This is how a hiker washes his socks. There would be a lot more dirt coming out, but it's already half washed.
The second pass really makes it a little less stiff.
And now a dirty sock is a clean sock.
Cleaner.
It's super cleanish.
I would say cleaner.
It's a level of clean that cannot be obtained on the trail.